Happy 2024, y'all. How is everybody doing? How was y'all holiday season? Oh, I haven't been on here in quite some time. Um, but honey, I had to come back because baby, these internet streets is off the chain. Okay. Completely off the chain. Baby, what is going on out here in these streets of the internet? And why is it so hot and on fire? I do not know, but I'm definitely finna get into it because baby, I done got my whole life to top off this whole here New Year of 2K24. Baby, I have enjoyed every moment of the 2K24. It has been very astonishing for a chick like myself. So, without further ado, let's get into today today's mess from last week's streets. Lego. Baby. Baby. Club Shay Shay done showed out over here now. He done jumped off 2K24 all the way right. You hear me? And I am absolutely here for it. Now, we have got to get into this Katt Williams whole entire conversation on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. First and foremost, let me start by saying I actually was watching it when it was premiering on the very first day. I was actually in tune then while it was very much so premiering. I also sat back and I wanted to see what was everybody commentary about the interview. So I sat back and watched. And I also noticed that nobody hit certain things that was going on in this entire conversation. Okay, first of all, the reason why we're going to say this is a conversation and not an interview, because to me an interview is a line of questioning that people ask. And this particular conversation, they just were talking. There wasn't really a question asked. It was just a conversation, two buddies talking. So I literally let almost a week go by and I didn't see nobody hit on the point of the entire conversation to me. So when I went back to actually watch again to take notes, it was at 39 million views in 6 days. At the time of me talking right now, this is day 7 of this conversation that has been posted. And it is tremendously at 41 million views. But we have got to get into this because absolutely no one hit on none of the things that Katt was saying outside of the mess that they were waiting to hear for, which I don't understand why everybody went on these particular stances, being that Katt have always been very vocal about all of these things. You can actually go back years prior where you'll see Katt Williams literally have already said all of these things once before. Also, when other people was on Club Shay Shay, which I have saw all the interviews, I really am a fan of Club Shay Shay, and I'm always in the room during the premiere of any show, of all the interviews. He literally have, when people say things about Katt Williams, I don't know if anybody have noticed, but he's in the comments and he comment on stuff that he dislikes or that he feels you have lied on him about. So I don't understand why was everybody so intrigued or baffled by any of the things that he was saying, because honestly, he's been saying all these same things for years. But I got my whole life from this convo. Not only that, it's another interview out already over there with Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. But first we're gonna get into this one right here, this whole entire conversation. Let's be very clear. He started out by letting you know, one, he did not come to have a conversation, to sell anything, or to promote anything. He let it be known that Shannon Sharpe has created a safe place for others to tell their truths. Their truths. Okay? He also let it be known that he do not know why liars lie. And just for the record, Satan is the father of lies. So if people are constantly lying, wouldn't that mean that Satan would be probably their father, the reason why they feel the need to keep telling these untruths, aka lies? But anyway, he also wanted it to be known that winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history, which has been going on for quite some time in our lives. I don't know if majority of people feel like they're losers, that they allow people because they're louder or their entourage is larger. I don't know what it is, but you allow these people to rewrite what you know is the untruth, and you really never say anything to tell the truth. Or to let it be known that that was a lie, or don't just sit in a lie that someone is literally telling on you. And we all have, I'm sure we all have at some point allowed a lie to go on and on and on and on, and we never corrected it, or the person who has told this lie on you. The truth does not need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies, and that's a fact. Like, people gonna lie. First of all, lies are, one thing about a lie is it doesn't care who tells it, as long as it get told. So you can't be scared for the truth to come out. If the person who's telling a lie not scared for that to be told, start speaking your truth. It's 2024. Let's just get this little serum out called the truth, and let's just start telling some truths about people. And correcting your name, and putting some respect on your name for all the lies that people have been going around saying about you. He also let it be known that race is not where the line is drawn. He pretty much is letting you know that this is not a black or white thing. This is pretty much, it's a God side, and then it's the other side. And for all of those who don't know, this would mean Satan and all his affiliations would be considered the other side, which he's the God of this earth right here. You know, that's why the Lord kicked him down here. Oh, Lucifer, you gone down there, and you wreak havoc. And see, that's why so much havoc is being wreaked down here, because he know he don't got a lot of time before he got to go burn up now. So, just so you all know, the line is not drawn at race at all. And all your life, you have been thinking it has something to do with the color of your skin. It does not. It's God's side and the other side. And to be honest, we don't care about the other side on period. On period, we do not care at all about the other sides. All lies will be exposed, no matter who, no matter the what, no matter the how. I don't care if you're a preacher. I don't care if you're a teacher. I don't care if you're an actor, a singer, a lawyer, a cashier, a janitor. It does not matter. Here's the thing. The truth is the light. Amen. The truth is the light. I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Okay. Satan really cannot create anything, which includes blessings for his people. So that means that you know if the person that you are so cool with and so, oh, they got all these people with them, they do all these things, this, that, and the third, they got this, they got that. The devil can't create nothing and he can't give you no blessing, which is why when they fall so hard, because it had nothing to do with the Lord. Just so you guys know. What else did they talk about? As a kid, Katt Williams was often confused because he knew things but was very unsure on how he knew them. He didn't have a reason to know them. So as a kid, I could see how that would confuse you when you really don't know a lot. And from what my understanding is his parents was Jehovah's Witnesses. I've had friends that Jehovah's Witnesses. I've also lived across the street from a Kingdom Hall. So Jehovah's Witnesses, I kind of understand where they coming from and why they coming from there. But hey, at the end of the day, when you are under these type of pretenses of the Jehovah's Witnesses and what they're saying, I really understood Katt when he was trying to make it known that I knew stuff that I knew I shouldn't know. He was able to completely read by the age of 3. He also was able to go to college by the age of 7. That he on purposely flunked the test to go to college because he didn't think that was fun for him. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But I do understand what he meant when he was saying like he knew stuff, but he didn't understand why he knew these things. He also said he used to love to read because he was told as a young boy that knowledge is powerful. And so he in turn started studying powerful people. When he was asked what he wanted to be when he grew up, apparently everything that he said he wanted to be didn't exist, nor would they give him the credit for it, because he needed to pretty much say that he wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer and etc., which I understood that too, because your parents, you can't tell your parents, hey, I'm gonna be a dancer when I grow up. That is not what no parent wants to hear at all whatsoever. So I kind of understood that part as well. But the killer part is what do you do when that's not what you want to be, but your parents feel like that's what you should be? He also said how he didn't do drugs because his body is a temple. Okay, throughout this entire thing, I'm going to tell y'all what got me with this conversation that he was having. Katt was having this conversation, and I don't think nobody caught that he was using some very spiritual terms. That's how I put that. He was using very spiritual terms, which caused me to believe that this is honestly why this particular conversation became so viral and so popular, and why the numbers are where they are. Because honestly, throughout this entire conversation, he used a lot of spiritual terms. As in, when he said his body is a temple, what secular, worldly, or atheist or whatever it is that's out here outside of the church folk would use that in a dialogue for the public to know or hear, when that is not who they are. They're not a preacher, you're not an evangelist or deacon or none of these things, but his wording is really what drew me to this particular conversation in a different way, outside of all of the drama that he been talking about for years. At 3 or 4 years old, he could read, and his punishment was that his parents took books from him so that he couldn't read. From the age of 8 and 12, he read at least 3,000 books a year. When you really listen to this conversation, it's kind of as if God had something in store for Katt that Katt didn't know that he had in store for him. Because between the ages of 8 and 12, I'm not no boy, for one. But I've been 8 and 12 as well. Me reading 3,000 books was not it. Me at 3 or 4, me reading the entire encyclopedia, never. Ever. That is not even on a kid's mind. Which, when I heard that, I really understood when he kept saying, I knew things, but I didn't understand why. Just like I'm sure he didn't understand why he knew how to read so fluently so young. When I guess him and his parents had ended up going to Haiti to do missionary work, no one could, speak Creole or read French. So before the age of 12, because he read so many books and in different languages, he was in charge of everything, which he had to talk to the people for them to get a place to stay. He had to talk to the people for them to get a car to drive in. It's just amazingly crazy how all these things was looked over, but everybody only posted on the mess. Because this is a very odd story. And inquiring minds would like, I would like to just sit down and have a conversation with him. He had received a full scholarship to the National Science Academy in Dayton, Ohio, but failed the test and became ineligible. He didn't see it as an opportunity at that moment in time. He said it did not look fun. It just was a lot of people in lab coats that looked smart. That was it. And he didn't think that was an opportunity for him. And at that moment, he was looking at, he don't have to do that, because here's this little boy that is saying Jesus was his big homie. And mind you, Katt Williams did not go to a Baptist church, a Pentecostal church. He was a Jehovah's Witness, so they don't call Jesus um, they don't say the name Jesus. They don't consider God as Jesus in Jehovah's Witness. They call him Jehovah. So, again, there's this young boy that's saying that Jesus is his homie. Jesus is his homie. This a little kid that's like 7 years old. That, yeah, that's not an opportunity for me. Yeah, I couldn't go to that school. Yeah, that wasn't no fun and that. Besides all that, Jesus was his big homie. And that he trusted God. And that he knew that he would be leaving home by the age of 13. Simply because when he read the Bible, he understood that Jesus had left home at an early age as well. But at this point, he planned on leaving, but I feel like God made a way that he had no choice but to leave. So he left at 13. He was 12, getting ready to be 13. He left home because of an altercation that he and his father had. The way he explained it is somebody could have ended up dead during the middle of this situation. When the CPS lady came, he only cared about his brothers kind of sticking together, but she was unsure if they could, and he knew that he was leaving two younger brothers in the hands of this crazy man, pretty much. But that's neither here nor there, and he didn't say those words exactly, but I know that's how he felt. So he left at 13. He didn't hitchhike, but he paid away from one of the truck drivers to take him to Florida. And the reason why he did that was because the reason why this altercation came is because his father had lied on God and said that he was doing something he wasn't. Some way, somehow, I guess in that point, his father was trying to tell him that God told him that he was having sex or something. And Katt like, no, there's no way you talk to God. Now you lying on God because I'm a virgin, in his mind. So, he just was letting you know that anything that take over your free will is the devil himself. Now, when your free will has been taken, and let's go into this a tad bit. Your free will. A lot of people on drugs, they no longer have a free will. Their whole entire free will has left the entire building, and they truly have got to get it all the way together. Like literally, your free will, if you're not able to move and go and do as you have always done, you really need to check yourself and understand where is this going wrong at. The reason why something has taken over your body to the point where I don't want to get up. I only want to go do this. I want to go take my clothes off so I can get this next big thing. I want to go do. If your free will to say, hey, I'm finna go to the store and get me a pop. I'm finna go to the store and buy me an outfit. If that is completely gone, I'm finna go and lay down and go to bed. If your free will has disappeared, know that the devil has completely taken over you. And I'm going to need you to immediately stop what you're doing and go get some help right away and understand why is your free will gone from your body. Now, as for me, we going off subject for a little minute. But as for me, all of 2023, I literally was working on my spiritual. Not my religion, spiritual aspect of life. So, all of 2023, I was working on my spiritual aspect of life so that I could see things the same way that the Lord sees things. Well, I won't be able to judge you by what I know about you or your outer, okay? Or what I heard about you or none of these things. Um, so because of that, um, I was able to understand that how a 2 hour and 46-minute video was able to be watched at this moment, 41 million views in its entirety. Not I took this piece, that piece, and that was it for me. Literally, if you caught a clip of the Katt Williams conversation, you literally didn't get enough that you had to go and watch the whole 2 hours and 46 minutes. You did not want to go to the bathroom. You did not want to do anything. Now, with that being said, Katt Williams, like I said in the beginning of this video, has been saying these things for years about all these people. Also, when Club Shay Shay interviewed these people, Katt Williams was in the comments disputing things that was being said. When I tell you that when God say all you got to do is open up your mouth and speak and I'll draw all men unto you, this is that very moment. Do you really think that the mess that everybody say, oh, he was dropping jewels, he was dropping this, yeah, but did not one person pull the jewels? Didn't one person catch on to the jewels that he was actually dropping? Because you're too busy worried about the mess. And the other part of that is you was not spiritually looking at that. You was looking at that with your human eyes, in your human body. There's nothing else you could have got out of that but the human part of it. You did not get the in-between or the what ifs and the why comes or the what fuzz. Because if you have been watching with your spiritual eyes, you would have looked at that totally different. Also knowing the fact that he's already said these things. But baby, when I tell you timing is everything. Timing is everything. Because see, over the last year and a half, Club Shay Shay had been interviewing all of these other comedians. No one said one word when each one of them brought up Katt Williams' name. It didn't go viral. Everybody wasn't on it. No one cared. In fact, nobody really watched the videos in its entirety anyway. Literally everybody that went on, they had something coming up. They was promoting something or wanted you to pay attention. Just like when Steve Harvey went on there, Steve Harvey was going through that thing with his wife. The ex-husband had done came out. So pretty much everybody that was on there said, everybody that went on Club Shay Shay, it was because they needed the exposure at that moment. It's very ironic that when no one is thinking of any of these comedians, Katt Williams come and have a sit down with Shannon and all y'all get popular. There's a light that been shined on every last one of y'all because of Katt Williams. Good, bad, indifference, however y'all want to see it. It calls for everybody to go and check these folks out. It calls for you to study to show yourself approved. And you didn't really catch that. I don't think no one did. I waited to give any commentary on anything simply because I wanted to see who caught all of the real jewels that he really put out there. And let's be very clear, that ain't all he dropped. We finna get some more into this. Now, just let me know what y'all thinking thus far though. So it is 2K24. And we are literally getting into these internet streets with the Katt Williams conversation with Club Shay Shay Shannon Park. Shannon who? Shannon Sharp. I said Shannon Park. But anyway, yes, we is getting into this and all the jewels that everyone else really had missed. So it is 2K24. And we just going to try to change our thought process a little bit more as to what's a jewel as opposed to what is mess or gossip that's already been out here for years. So yeah, so we gonna continue on with this Club Shay Shay convo, baby. Let's get into it. Let's finish this on up. Remember, we do got 2 hours and 46 minutes of a video that there's conversation that literally had been missed. But I won't hold you any longer. Let's get into it. Now, Shannon is feeling like his life is over. He's gonna be canceled. No one is gonna deal with him anymore at all whatsoever. But baby, Katt let him know, baby, Club Shay Shay will be in a dimension it has never been. Dimension? Do y'all not understand the spirituals that is going on in this conversation? A regular conversation will be like, man, I'm finna take this to the next level. You'll never say a dimension or none of that. You won't say temple, and it's talking about your body. Like these is things that I don't think nobody picked up on. Like, who was we really talking to? Because in a way, it's as if Katt really didn't have a chance to get his stuff off because he was somewhere in his spiritual mind saying these things because, honey. Okay. But anyway, we're going to keep going. Let me not get into that. He just pretty much let him know it's going to be in a dimension that it has never been. It's going to a whole different realm of business. A realm that is so spiritual. Because see, in the spiritual, you have dimensions and realms that, you know, as your spiritual man is trying to reach to get to that much of a closeness with God. The higher the dimension, the higher the realm, the closer you are to the mind of God. It's just, this conversation did it for me, but I don't know if anybody else caught none of this stuff. Then he turned around and told him, once I establish this as a place of truth, establish, God will establish you. How did y'all miss the main meat of this entire conversation? I don't know. Once I establish you as a place of truth, I am the way, the truth, and the light. God will establish you. God's people aren't that few. These are just jewels that I feel like for 2K24, this is the part of conversation that you should be picking up. When when you're with church people and it's, oh, God looks at your heart. This right here is his heart. Outside of everything else that he was saying, everybody truly missed his heart and the main focus of where his heart was in the midst of that entire conversation. Everybody else want to feel like he was being messy and he was starting stuff and he was just gunning for folks and doing all these things. There's no way that mess was on this man's mind at the time of this conversation, dropping these spiritual jewels that everybody completely missed. God's people ain't that few. Then he told you how he paid his tithes. What? You paying tithes? Because he randomly give people money who done a good job and you don't know that it came from him. He come to your city. Your city paid him $100,000 just to be in your city. He takes 10% tithes and take it to the homeless. These are the Lord say he wanted you to look after the widows, the homeless. Is this thing ironic to y'all? Don't get it. I don't think nobody really caught none of the stuff that he was saying. These is things that God wants you to do. He wants you to take care of the widows. He wants you to take care of the homeless. He wants you to look after his children. And for someone that everybody feel was gunning for folks, lying on people and doing all these things, the way you pay your tithes, of all the things you could do, you already blessing folks that don't know that you finna bless them. That's number one. Number two, somebody brought you here to do a job. You leave your tithes in that place for the homeless of that place. I don't know. He also adopted 7 kids. He adopted 7 kids. He adopted 7 kids. 7 is a very holy number. Okay? Remember, he had a son. He said that part. He was a single father with a son. I don't think y'all get it. So he adopted 7 kids. Then, before he can finish about this adoption of 7 kids, it went all the way back to what he wanted to be when he grew up. Remember in the beginning when he would tell people what he wanted to be when he grew up, no one would acknowledge and agree to what he wanted to be when he grew up. What he wanted to be when he grew up. And mind you, people was asking him these things by the age of 12. Because remember, he left home before 13. So he had from maybe 5 to 12 where people saying, what you want to be when you grow up? My guy said what he wanted to be when he grew up was God's friend. He even wanted to go to Hollywood and still be God's friend. Come on. Oh, y'all really missed all of what Katt had going on. Yeah, I think y'all... Okay. Yeah, I think y'all really missed this. Okay, so he adopted these 7 kids. He left home. Remember, after he left his hometown, Dayton, Ohio, at 12 years old, and he left them 2 brothers. and he knew that they would just be out here, and he had that one child, I would like to know, I got a very strong feeling that the first two kids that I believe he adopted was his two brothers that he left. I just feel that. So it's kind of like a full circle. A full circle. First of all, 7 is a very holy number. So then he already a single father. He got a child. Now he done made some of himself. He doing a lot better. He at least 18 now. Okay? He have a child. I just would like to know, did he adopt his brothers first? Because this is kind of like a full circle moment. He left his two brothers, and then all of a sudden he decided he needed to adopt children. He also let it be known that he was the person who raised them, and that they already had fathers and mothers, and that they had to be included in the raising. So it's not like he didn't shut nobody out. Like, I got your child. I want you to still be a part of your child's life. So voila, here I am. Y'all really, I don't think a lot of people really did not pay attention to what Katt was saying. Then he says, I am one of the richest men that ever lived. Don't look at my net worth. Meaning, don't worry about how much money I got. Because that's not what makes me rich. At all. Not even a little bit does that make me rich. Okay? I'm only rich in the fact that when I wake up every morning, no matter where he is, he don't need nothing. He don't need nothing. Do you understand the need part? I will supply your every need according to his riches and glory. And he will give you the desires of your heart. Y'all, listen. This man don't need nothing. Whatever he need is around him. And what he don't have, he just don't have it. And not because he can't get it. Because all he got to do is want it, and it belongs to him. All you got to do is want it, and it belongs to you. What? What? I don't think y'all got it. Okay. This right here, because he favored by God. This is called favor. This is called favor. He don't even want to look at nobody's wives, nobody's girlfriends. He don't want to look at anything that he don't want to have. Because he know how blessed I am. And if I look at it, I got it. If I look at it, I got it. And y'all think that this man came on here to be messy, and the jewels that y'all picked up off of this man was gossip? Oh, y'all really missed it. God has given him everything that he has. Just so much as pump fake like he wanted it. If he so much as pump fake like he wanted it, God blessed him. This is yours, my son. Oh, man. As he's getting ready to end up, he say, all people that love the truth got to be happy when the truth is coming out and lies are being exposed. That's what time it is. 2024. Y'all, this is a message. Listen. Listen. Katt Williams sent us a message, which means 2024, walk in your truth. Clear up some of this scatterment, some of this confusion that is out here. Walk in your truth. Walk in your truth. I am the way, the truth, and the light. And watch how bright you shine just from walking in your truth. He say, all division divide. As long as I've been going to school, when you get on division, you divide. Every team has an offense and a defense. They are not supposed to be enemies. The enemy is the other side. Remember in the beginning when he said, it's God's side, and then it's the other side. See, if you on God's side, the other side is your enemy. I don't think y'all really got what Katt. This conversation on Club Shay Shay, I don't think y'all had got that. I really don't think y'all had got that. Whew, y'all. I waited and I was just looking like somebody else had to have caught this. They had to have caught this. This is a message. 2K24 truth. 2K24 truth. The Bible says man cannot live by bread alone, but by the word of God from man. Okay? So he sent out a message through Katt Williams. Timing is everything. Because like I said, for years, he's been saying all these same things. Why wasn't nobody paying attention at that time? Why wasn't nobody listening to what he was saying? Why didn't nobody listen to none of the interviews of any of the comedians that he had talked about in this particular conversation? Timing. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. He had to wait, one, for God to, give him what to say. Two, send him out there. All he had to do was open his mouth. The Lord filled it. He put everything in there. Everything that you know doggone well, that you do not have these type of conversations with nobody who is like your friend, who is like your neighbor, who is like any of these things. The only people you're going to have these type of conversations with is your spiritual leader, the church folk, only these people right there, right there. This them type of people, your friends, worldly people, or the whoever not in church. This is not a conversation that you're going to have with these type of people. This man started out letting you know about his temple belong to God. He told you that there's only two sides out here, that it ain't got nothing to do with race, while we over here going back and forth because of the color of our skins. So ridiculous of us. The real race, the real line that is drawn is God's side and the other side. Real simple. This man telling you about his temple. He telling you you need to know truth. He telling you you need to study to show yourself approved. I read books. I read on big people. I read on all these things. He read on powerful people. He became a comedian because he watched and studied comedians. He watched and study to show yourself approved. 2024, y'all. 2020 2K24. I want you to take in as less mess as you can into your temple, because all of us, we concentrate on things that you are allowing to go through your ears. These things you're becoming all these things. So you need to protect your temple. Protect how you treating your body. Protect the amount of gossip that you hear throughout the day. I don't know. He grew up, he wanted God to just be his friend. He wanted to go to Hollywood and he just wanted God to be his friend. He trusted God would get him everywhere he needed to go. Everywhere he needed to go. If your free will is not, if you cannot get up and take a bath like you normally would, if you cannot get up, if your free will, your thought process does not tell you to do normal everyday life activities, something is completely wrong. Get ready to go to a different dimension. Get ready to go to a different realm. Get ready for God to establish you. Pay your tithes. Help people just because you want to help people. Don't have a reason to want to help people. Don't need to be acknowledged because you help somebody. I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but God will end up supplying all of your needs according to his riches. Like, seriously. I could not believe that Katt was this person. Like, in hindsight, like, yes, I always be like, oh, he just a comedian. He funny. He take real life things and, make a little jokey joke out of it. Or this person said this. I find it hilarious. Even when he did the rap about P. Diddy, Jermaine Dupri, all of these, I took it as face value, looking through my human eyes. Get just 2K24. Get favored by God. Get favored by God. Stop wanting to get favored by your friends. Stop wanting to be favored by everybody else. Know that every team has an offense and a defense. Most definitely, y'all should not be enemies. Okay? Don't argue with nobody over religion, because that's all you're arguing for. You ain't arguing about God. And understand, everybody not on the same level when it comes to your spirituals. Everybody not on the same level. Everybody not on the same dimension. Everybody not on the same realm. So their experience with God and your experience with God is going to be different. There's no way I'm finna argue about God, he do this, that ain't. No. Stop limiting your life. Stop limiting your God. Really trust in him. Believe in him. And know that he got your back 110%. I don't know. Nobody got it. But Katt Williams have 41 million views in a 7-day span. And the 7 day ain't even all the way up yet. Okay? Let's just be clear about that. This is only the beginning of the 7 day. So, in a 7-day span, 41 million views, and y'all don't know that this is a message. No one caught that part. The message. And it came out at the top of 2K24. It happened on time, on point. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Okay? Is this your time? Did you get it? Remember, everything ain't for everybody. Everybody not going to get it all at the same time. Everybody not on a level as to where they can and cannot get it. But I just want you to know, I got it. And I want y'all to go back, look at that video. Look at it spiritually. through your spiritual eye, not off of what you know, not off of what you heard, but pay attention to his heart as he's talking, because this wasn't a normal conversation. Club Shay Shay did his thing. He could not debunk, he couldn't say, he couldn't question, he couldn't ask anything. He was taken by surprise, just like the rest of us. And then when he thinking that he is fenced to be the lowest of the low, they gonna cancel him, they ain't gonna like Club Shay Shay no more. He pretty much let him know, you finna hit another dimension, another realm. I'm finna establish you. You subject to get Oprah Winfrey. The level of people that you're going to get behind this is ridiculous. And if this is not happening right before your eyes, everything he said, if it's not coming to pass, what can I say? What can I say? I can't wait to see who is his next guest, because they have to be top tier. You cannot follow up with a bottom feeder. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You have just been promoted to a different realm, to a different dimension. These numbers have never been this. These things, like even with the Steve Harvey thing is about at 4 million. No, about 10 million now. What's his name? Yeah, my boy too. DC Young Fly, he about at 4 million. Ocho Cinco, he about at like a good 4 million, 5 million, somewhere in there. All of these people are in the millions, but this one is over the top. Okay, I just want y'all to catch the messages out there. There was a whole message, y'all. I gotta go. I'm gonna get prepared for the interview part 2, because there's another interview.